Oh yeah, the bridge is over with the warden gone.
Inmates running their solid.
Woo! We in charge, man. We large. Got to get it going. Got to get it popping. Man, you know what? This is the time where we're going to talk about some no balling association. I'm sorry. I'm not a basketball fan. I like players. I don't like teams. I'm not a fan. I just like players.
Hater.
You know, now if you gave me the video game, I'm going to play with certain teams. I'm going to do all that kind of stuff. But truth be told, K-Dub is our resident expert. You know, and I had to defer to him for any and everything. Although, you know, when I come up with the top greatest players of all time, his is going to suck. Mine's going to be the best. So
yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we did that.
We did that. You were terrible. Let's keep moving.
K-Dub, what's going on?
What it is? What's good?
What's good? Y'all? Hey, now K-Dub, you can only talk about teams that are above 500. But
are the Knicks under 500 again, man?
Yeah, the team-wise, we're going to talk about teams above 500 and games of the week, yeah. But, I'm going to still talk about cats whose team is under 500, which is only really one, that I want to talk about.
Don't we know?
I mean, to be honest with you, Kevin Love, man, that dude he's awesome, man.
Yeah, Kevin Love is beasting, bro. Anytime you can get, about 30 points and 25 rebounds a game, you just on, man. I mean, what's stopping him?
He led the league in scoring for the month of March, a little bit over 31 a game, and I mean he's going to give you the board. So that dude is he's a beast.
I feel you, and I believe you. So K-Dub, what's going on up in one of your big nemesis?
What is wrong with you, Cole?
That's right. He
ain't been drinking, K-Dub.
He needs to be.
Boston is doing what type of work right about now in the NBA?
Damn. Boston has actually crept up into the fourth spot. They 30 and 22. You just saw what they did last week to Miami. Boston they're looking real good. They just won 5 in a row. The last 10 games, they're 7-3. So they trying to make that push. I guess the old man was holding on to their strength. To the last part of the season. They're looking real good, but it'll be interesting to see when the playoffs start, because then you start having a lot of back-to-backs. And for the rest of the season, they're going to be playing quality teams. In actuality, I believe they're playing the rest of the teams that they play are playoff teams. Right?
Nice.
So anything can change in a week. You got teams playing 6 games within the 10-day span.
Cool. Miami, however, ain't having that much love down there. What's going on with them?
Yo, you know what? I gotta bite my own tongue, man. Last week y'all asked me about Miami, and I said that it really wasn't, no cause for alarm. Well, damn that, bring me along. A lot of teams, at this particular point in the season, you want to go into the playoffs on a good roll. And granted, they got a streak right now. They only lost 1 game or what have you, but they're sitting in the second spot. But it doesn't look like they really. I really don't know, man. It looks like a little bit like they out of gas, maybe, or it doesn't. Things don't look all that well. But once again, this is similar to the same way that they looked last year, and they did get all the way to the. finals.
The scary thing about that though, K-Dub, they're chasing Chicago, and Chicago's playing without their current MVP, Jalen Rose. I mean, Derek.
Jalen Rose. That dude retired like 5 years ago.
Like I said, I don't know anything.
Jalen Rose.
Yo, but I don't. You know what, man? I thought that a while ago, but I didn't want to bring that into fruition. But yo, how really bad is Derrick Rose? How really bad?
Hey, that's a good point.
They're playing good. They're 42-13. They're basically the number. In my opinion, they're the number 2 team in the league, regardless of record-wise. I believe Oklahoma City is the best team in the league. But I don't know. What's really going on with Derrick Rose? And then when he comes back, he still hasn't played with Rick Hamilton, who actually cracked the lineup last night. He hasn't played with a lot of guys, and they haven't played as a unit yet. So I hope it's not anything, too serious that they're trying to keep up under the carpet.
Yeah, but you know what? At this point in time, I'd probably sit them to the playoffs. Because there ain't no point. You might bring him back for like 1 or 2 games just so he can get his basketball feet under him. But really, I probably would just sit him out because there's no point at this point. They already clinched a playoff berth. Next week they're gonna clinch at least their division. Probably the same. Maybe in the week after that they'll clinch the number 1 seed in the conference. Then maybe the number 1 seed in the NBA. I would just sit him. Why mess up the rotation?
You're right, but you do run that risk. 1 or 2 games would that allow him to get into the swing of things? That's a good scenario. Personally, it just depends on what type of coach you are. If you want to play him or anything like that. But shoot, it's only but maybe a couple of more weeks left in the season.
Yeah,
less than a month.
What's up, K-Dub? Jay Gribbs in the house.
Chris, what it is?
Nothing much, baby.
I'm watching the Knicks right now, just to let you know. I wasn't gonna bang you upside the head because Mark is not there.
Yeah. I saw y'all cut the game down to ATL, man.
Oh man, I just to let y'all know in front of the whole audience.
Yes, sir.
Marcus J is banned from coming to Atlanta.
They booed him on Phillips.
Atlanta games, man.
Dude, okay, you want to tell us what happened on that one, for real?
I've been living down here for a while, man, and every time Mark comes down here, the Knicks wind up losing.
Oh, yeah. The curse of the Marcus.
I'm in there and then winning. I don't know, man. And I told him that at the game, like, man, I'm starting to think it's you.
Yeah, the curse. But hey, I know the Hall of Fame came out. I wanted your opinions on how you felt about that. Anybody get snubbed? How you feel about that Hall of Fame induction?
You know what, man? I wouldn't say anybody got snubbed. Some people would think that Bernard King may have gotten snubbed.
He got snubbed.
Please, son.
But you know what? Here's how I look at it. Last year, Reggie Miller, people would say that he got snubbed.
Right.
And he wound up going into next year. So that's how I'm looking at it as far as Bernard King. Granted, I am a New York Knicks fan, so it would have been great to see
yes, indeed,
go in. This time, first time around. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if he went in next year.
Yeah.
Don Nelson went in. He's one of the, I would say, basically one of the best coaches.
Deservedly so.
He's been through a lot health wise, so yeah. It's about get him in before he goes.
You got to remember, Don Nelson was one of the first coaches to have the crazy lineups where you had, a small power forward. You went with a quick lineup. If you remember back all the way back to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I remember that.
Take it back to Milwaukee. You think about when he was in Golden State, Run TMC.
That's what I was about to say. He created Run TMC.
Hey, I'm gonna test you, K-Dub. What was the name of that center for Milwaukee when Don Nelson was McKeskey, wasn't it?
Yes.
He used to get boosted all night.
There were. He had an allotment of not Pat Cummings. I'm sorry. I can't. Cummings. You had. He had a lot of different players that played multiple positions. So he was able to do a lot of different things with his lineup. So he's one of your best coaches, and also he played for the Celtics.
Yes.
He played for the Celtics, so I think that he's definitely one of the people that you will be glad that he's going into the
Paul McKeskey, the Timothy Mozgov of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Wow, that's hilarious.
The Mozgov?
Yeah,
that's cold.
He just stays at somebody's picture.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So after his running mate last week torched the Lakers, what's Kevin Durant doing now?
You know what, man? And I may get some heat for this. Kevin Durant is the MVP of the league.
I concur 100%.
I'm not trying to hang my hat on that, but if y'all remember, I called that out very early in the season. That dude is. Think about this. Not saying that no other players have this ability. I would say right now in the league, Dirk Nowitzki might be the closest. But think about your 6'10", 6'11". You have good perimeter skills, and every time you take a shot, you really don't have to worry about being bothered with shooting your shot. And he shoots it with ease. He gives you the jump. Whatever you want, he gives it to you. He'll give you the jumper. He'll take you to the rack. That dude is, it's not enough words, not enough superlatives to describe that guy, man.
And one of the things I'd say about Durant, K-Dub, is that he's still young, but a lot of times, a lot of rookies come in the league and they apex, say in their second or third year, and then they don't grow anymore. He got his game all around. His post, even his post, like I bet you come playoff time, they'll post him up, but mainly he's a perimeter player. But his post game is still deadly too.
Yeah, I mean,
he's still growing. He's still growing as a player in the league, and it's almost scary to see. You know, he is the league within a couple of years himself.
Yeah.
And I would say Blake Griffin and a number of other cats or what have you. But I think he's had his shoulders. He's the MVP of the league right now. He's once again. I hate to use this word again. I don't know the last time I used this word twice in one talk, but that dude is awesome.
Also.